Times are tough. All the more reason for a good laugh. And if you need one, you have come to the right place. The rubber-faced comedian, as he's known, is back in town, back to his roots in Bridgeport. I want you to welcome to the show Johnny Rizzo, and from the Fairfield Theater Company, Miles Merrick. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hi, how are you?
I couldn't be better. Best day of my life.
Isn't it good? You got pizza in the studio. It smells
And then we
righteous.
have Johnny Rizzo and Miles. What more could a gal ask for?
I'm telling you.
Listen, I want to start with you, Johnny. You are back to your roots, kind of back to your stomping grounds. What does it feel like?
It feels great to be home because, you know, a lot of people think of entertainment, they think of New York City, and right now in Bridgeport and Fairfield area, there's a renaissance of clubs and entertainment and theater. And Miles brings some top talent in coming through his theater, and he wanted to go with a low rent show. No. And it's just great to see that. There's a new vibe, there's a new feeling, you know. And I think that, you know, even with the bad economy, people need to laugh.
Absolutely. And you've been cracking folks up for 25 years plus.
Yes.
And we talked earlier, he's only 39 years old. Did you always want to be a comedian?
Always. Right from the womb, I was doing, you know, I was working in the hot room. You know. And then I got my own green room when I came into the world.
Uh-huh.
No, it's a calling. Yeah, it's been a calling.
So it's always been a passion for you?
Yes, yes. It's, I mean, really look at me. If I did any other work, do I look like, you know, I'd take care of you?
Hey, listen, don't say that, because you've done work with Jay Leno, you've done work with Joan Rivers, Dennis Miller, and Ray Charles.
Ray Charles was great, yeah, at Foxwoods Casino. He gave me the greatest compliment that I ever got on stage from anybody. After I opened for him, I said, "It's a pleasure meeting you. You're one of my heroes." And he said, "Well, you sounded funny."
Put that on your resume.
That's on the resume.
Ray Charles, of all people.
Yeah.
That's got to be a lot of pressure, though.
It was, especially when it's a big name. You know, it's not so much when you're performing as a headliner, because people are coming to see you.
Right.
But when they're coming to see Mr. Charles, and, you know, you're the sacrificial lamb, you got to take one for the team.
Right. Look at you. All right. He's taking one for the team. Let's bring you into the story here, Miles, because, again, you're with the Fairfield Theater Company. And you guys have really been trying for the past several years to kind of bring in some really great talent to just, again, talk about that renaissance, kind of, revamping and doing some great work in the theaters.
We opened Stage 1 in Fairfield about 5 years ago. And since we've been doing literally hundreds of shows, some great acts, great jazz, rock musicians. We've done about a dozen plays there, theatrical plays we brought out from New York. And we also, about a year and a half ago, took over management of the Klein Auditorium.
That's right.
Which, aside from being the home of the Bridgeport Symphony, was pretty quiet for the last 20 years. And since then, we've brought in some great artists, George Carlin, Katie Lang, Peter Frampton.
Boys to Men.
Boys to Men.
Right.
You were there for
there.
that. A great show. You know, it's fun. We're part of that renaissance of greater Bridgeport area and bringing the arts and entertainment to
And you were lucky enough to score this guy here.
Well, yeah, we're kind of scraping the barrel with Johnny, but, you know, I got to tell you, last time we had Johnny, the town fathers of Fairfield nearly passed an ordinance.
Oh, no!
Oh, yeah, this will be an uncensored show, by the way.
We're kind of squeaking him in under the radar here this coming
yeah, this will be just for the
July.
big kids.
Yeah,
Now, talk to us, too, about this. The co-star of A Night of a Thousand Guidos, you recently won Best Comedy at the New York Independent International Film and Video Festival. Very cool.
Very cool, very cool. Yes, The Night of a Thousand Guidos was a concept of Jim Labriola. He was Benny Baroni on Home Improvement. And a Guido is not a derogatory term. It's a term that...
It's a type of pizza.
Yeah, Guido's
there we
pizza.
go.
Yeah, it's a term of endearment. Hey, Guido, what are you doing over here, Guido? You know, and it came from 4 headliners that never got to work together. So we all put together a show, a package show, and we called it Night of a Thousand Guidos, like the Night of a Living Dead, or Night of, you know, a spoof on those horror movie posters.
So tell folks, because you're going to be coming into town, we're going to be performing, I should say, at the Fairfield Theater Company coming up later in the month. What can people expect? Are you going to be like cracking us up in stitches where we're going to be busting out of our pants?
We got a great show for you, too. We have Dr. Jay Sute, who's a professional pediatrician and comic. He's our opening act. And Kim Boney DeShields, brilliant young lady from New York City. You're going to love her. She's very, very hip, contemporary, a little edgy, and totally hilarious.
So she's going to go right along the lines with you.
Yeah,
so you guys are going to be a good match.
I'll tell you, it's a great package, and like I said, it will be for the big kids. So.
Okay, so leave the little ones at home.
Yeah, leave the little ones at home. You know, unless they're 18, legal.
Okay, easy, easy. Now listen,
Legal.
Miles,
I
really
see
quickly,
a
you've got
perp
some other
walk in my
folks.
future.
You've got some other folks coming into town as well, right?
Yeah, we have, just this week, we have a sold-out benefit for Parkinson's, Michael J. Fox's
that's
foundation.
awesome.
We have coming up Duncan Sheik, the writer-composer of Spring Awakening on Broadway. We have the great Earl Klug. We have the Robert Cray Band at the Klein. We have the Wailers, Loggins and Messina.
And the list
the
goes
Black
on.
Crows.
Great
We
time.
just booked.
Black Crows?
Yeah.
Oh, now you're interested.
That's a coup.
Listen, let's put the information on the screen, Johnny,
That's
because we want
something,
folks to come out and support you. Again, you can catch Johnny Rizzo and in his evening with Johnny Rizzo at the Fairfield Theater Company. It's scheduled for Saturday, July 18th at 7:30. Tickets are still available. Of course, Johnny Rizzo, Miles, thank you both so very much for
Thank you
being
so
here.
much. Just pizza. I can smell pizza.
I know.
Just pizza.
Are you hungry?
Oh, my
I'm
God.
glad you brought your appetite. Sit back and relax.